So difference between final, finally and finalize. Now the first one, legend this one. Why this one is the very important question? Because similarity in the words. Have you observed? Final, finally, finalize is nothing but similarity. Because of that, the most valuable question for the entire room is nothing but like keep supporting final. First one, final, final. Have you observed here? Can you spell out? Final. Final means it is a modifier. Of course, keyword modifier. Modifier applicable for classes, methods and variables. Are you getting? If a class declared as the final, then we can't create child class. That is, for final classes inheritance is not possible. If a method declared as the final, then we can't override that method in the child class. If a variable declared as the final, then we can't perform reassignment for that variable because it will become constant. Are you getting? Final variable, fixed value. Final method implementation is the final. No one is allowed to override. Final class, no one is allowed to extend. Are you getting? No one is allowed to create child class. Okay, add first point. Keep supporting final under that add. Final is a modifier. Final is a modifier. Final is a modifier applicable for. Final is the modifier applicable for. Final is a modifier applicable for classes. Applicable for classes, methods and variables. Final is the modifier applicable for classes, methods and variables. Final is the modifier applicable for classes, methods and variables. Variables. Next up. If a class declared as a final, then if a class declared as a final, then we can't extend that class. We can't extend that class. Then we can't extend that class. We can't extend that class. That is we can't create. That is we can't create child class for that class. That is we can't create child class for that class. We can't create child class for that class. That is inheritance is not possible. Inheritance is not possible for final classes. Inheritance is not possible for final classes. Inheritance is not possible for final classes. Final classes. Okay. So is the first one clear, right? Sir, final applicable for classes, methods, variable. If a class is the final, what will happen? Next up. If a method is final, if a method is final, then if a method is final, then we can't override that method. If a method is the final, then we can't override that method. We can't override that method in the child class. Then we can't override that method in the child class. We can't override that method in the child class. In the child class. We can't override that method in the child class. Next, third one. If a variable declared as a final, if a variable declared as a final, then if a variable declared as a final, then we can't perform reassignment for that variable. We can't perform reassignment for that variable. We can't perform reassignment for that variable. Reassignment for that variable. Okay, that's all. Are you getting the point? Okay, this here. So what is final? Final is the modifier applicable for classes, methods, variable. If a class is the final, if a method is final, if a variable is the final. Clear for you, right? Now second one, finally. Gotta keep supporting finally. Second one, finally, finalize. Second one, finally. Do you know here finally is a final is a block always associated with the try catch to maintain cleanup code. Are you getting? Finally purpose to maintain cleanup code. Can you tell what is the speciality of finally block? Finally block will be executed always whether exception raised, not raised, handled or not handled. Okay, at this point. And finally is a block. Finally is a block. Finally is a block always associated with try catch. Finally is a block always associated with try catch. Finally is a block always associated with try catch. Always associated with a try catch. Always associated with a try catch to maintain risky code. Sorry. To maintain cleanup code. To maintain cleanup code. To maintain cleanup code. Okay. Now listen this one. Sir, try within the try block which code we have to take? Risky code. Catch. Within that we have to take within the catch block which code we have to take? Handling code. Within the catch handling code. Finally which code we have to take? Cleanup code. Okay, take this part first. Try catch finally. What is the purpose of trying? To maintain risky code, handling code, cleanup code, like. So take special care. Try risky code, catch exception E, handling code, finally cleanup code. Finally, so nothing but cleanup activity, cleanup code. I hope is clear. Finally cleanup code. Okay, so not required to keep any explanation about this terminology, right? Okay, at this point. Well, finally risky code, handling code, cleanup code, right? Now add. So I hope is clear. Next, the speciality of finally block is the speciality of finally block is the speciality of finally block is specialty of finally block is the specialty of finally block is it will be executed always. It will be executed always. It will be executed always irrespective of. It will be executed always irrespective of whether exception is raised or not raised. Irrespective of whether exception is raised or not raised. Whether exception is raised or not raised. And whether handled or not handled. And whether handled or not handled. And whether handled or not handled. Not handled. Irrespective of whether exception raised or not raised, and whether handled or not handled. Okay, this is about finally block. Now third one keeps abiding. Finalize. Sir, can you tell what is finalize? Finalize is a method. Okay, do you know? So the people who attended already garbage collection concept, you people should aware clearly. So I hope you may aware. Otherwise, just a few minutes let me spend. Just 2 minutes on here saying. Finalize. Suppose, legend, I have one object is there. Sir, can you tell, is this object eligible for garbage collection or not? This object doesn't have any reference. It is a useless object. Useless object always eligible for garbage collection. Sir, it is eligible for GC. Now, garbage collector came. Sir, garbage collector came. Okay, and the garbage collector saw this object. Then garbage collector felt very happy because what is the food to the garbage collector is useless objects only. Garbage collector got food to eat. That's why garbage collector felt very happy by seeing this object. Then garbage collector came, it is a dancing in front of this object. So I'm going to kill you, I'm going to destroy you, like garbage collector is dancing in front of this object. Whenever garbage collector dancing in front of this object, you know what is the feeling of this object? Object starts shivering, crying, like is nothing but shivering, a bit panic, crying. Then garbage collector saw that garbage collector is not that much cruel person, having a bit mercy. Are you getting? So garbage collector saw that, and garbage collector approached, and it is telling to the object, definitely I'm going to kill you, because if I'm not going to destroy, then I'm not doing my job well. Okay, this my job is to destroy useless object and to increase free memory. But if I'm not killing you, then I'm not doing my job well. Definitely I'm going to destroy you. In that there is no doubt at all. But before destruction, I will give one bumper offer for you. Do you have any last wish? Let me know. I will fulfill that, and then I will destroy you. Like garbage collector is going to convey to this object. Then immediately what the object is going to do? Okay, sir, object itself is going to do something. Object, so I have one network connection associated with me, one database connection associated with me. Are you getting, boss? Object is going to convey to the garbage collector. I have one database connection associated with me, one network connection associated with me. Can you please close all, and then you can destroy me, no problem at all. Like object is going to convey to the garbage collector, right? To fulfill that last wish, garbage collector is going to call which method is finalize method. Are you getting right? Finalize method to perform these cleanup activities. To perform. So garbage collector is going to call which method? Finalize method. Once a finalize method completes, automatically garbage collector is going to destroy this object. Are you able to understand? I take special care. Okay. Once a finalize method completes, automatically garbage collector can destroy this object. There is no doubt at all. Clear for all of you, right? Now my point number 1. Who is calling finalize method? Garbage collector. When garbage collector calls finalize method? Just before destroying an object. For which purpose garbage collector calls finalize method? To perform cleanup activities. Now let me convert this total thing into a single line. Just before destroying an object, garbage collector always calls finalize method to perform cleanup activities. Once a finalize method completes, automatically garbage collector is going to destroy that object. Are you able to understand that? Okay, this finalize is a method. Finalize is a method always invoked by. Finalize is a method always invoked by. Finalize is a method always invoked. Finalize is a method always invoked by garbage collector. Always invoked by garbage collector. Just before destroying an object. Always invoked by garbage collector just before destroying an object. Just before destroying an object to perform cleanup activities. To perform cleanup activities. Next up, once finalize method completes. Once a finalize method completes, immediately. Once a finalize method completes, immediately, garbage collector destroys that object. Immediately, garbage collector destroys that object. That's all. Are you able to understand, right? Sir, what is the difference between finally and finalize? Make sure you people should have clarity or clear idea, right? Any explanation is required now, okay? Now I have one big doubt. What's the doubt is, listen. Sir, what is the purpose of finally? What is the purpose of finally? To maintain cleanup code. What is the purpose of finalize method? To maintain cleanup code or cleanup activities only to maintain. Sir, what is the difference between finally cleanup and the finalize cleanup? Yes, there is a difference there. Sir, here whatever the resources we open at the part of try block, these resources cleanup activities is going to take care by finally block. Are you getting? Finally block meant up for to perform cleanup activities associated with the try block, or whatever resources we opened at the part of try block should be closed inside finally block. But finalize method cleanup activities are related to object. Are you getting? If any resources associated with the object, before destroying that object, all those resources will be deallocated by using which method? Finalize method. So both are cleanup activities, but the context is different. Finally block to perform cleanup activities related to try block. So finalize method cleanup activities related to object. Are you getting? Object level cleanup activities, try block level cleanup activities different, but both are cleanup activities only, but context is the different. Take a note. Finally block is responsible. Finally block is responsible. Finally block is responsible. Perform cleanup activities. Finally block is responsible to perform cleanup activities. Finally block is responsible to perform cleanup activities. To perform cleanup activities related to perform cleanup activities related to. Finally block is responsible to perform cleanup activities related to try block. Related to try block. Related to try block. That is whatever resources. That is whatever resources we opened at the part of try block. Whatever resources we opened at the part of try block. Whatever resources we opened at the part of try block. We open at the part of try block. At the part of try block will be closed. Will be closed inside finally block. Will be closed inside finally block. Will be closed inside finally block. Inside finally block. Next para. Whereas finalize method is responsible. Finalize method is responsible to perform cleanup activities. Finalize method is responsible to perform cleanup activities. Finalize method is responsible to perform cleanup activities. Responsible to perform cleanup activities related to perform cleanup activities related to perform cleanup activities related to object. That is whatever resources associated with the object. Whatever resources associated with the object will be deallocated. Whatever resources associated with the object will be deallocated before destroying an object. Will be deallocated before destroying an object. Will be deallocated before destroying an object by using finalize method. By using finalize method. Are you getting? Sir, object level cleanup activities. Next, so try block level cleanup activities. But both are cleanup only, but contexts are different. Finally block related to try. Finalize method related to object. Clear for all of you, right? That's all. So make sure you people should have clarity, right? Okay, this is next. That's all. So this is about what is the difference between finally finalize. The most valuable question for the interview room. Okay, this is. So total in exception handling, the most valuable things are only two things. Only two as of now. One is what is the difference between checked exception and checked exception. Second one is what is the difference between final, finally, finalize. Okay, this is next one. Keep subheading. Keep subheading. Various possible combinations of various possible combinations of try, catch, finally. Various possible combinations of try, catch, finally. Try, catch, finally. Try, catch, finally. Okay. What are various possible combinations of try, catch, finally? Listen this one. Very important. Just observe. Sir, I am taking first combination. Later I will give the numbering anyway. First let me take one by one. Sir, I am taking try. And then catch block. Sir, try, catch. Is it a valid combination or not? Oh, valid. Try, catch, that's all. Sir, I am taking try. Catch block exception E. Catch block exception E. Now another catch block exception Y. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? Try with two catch blocks. No problem at all, valid. Try. Okay. Now try block I am taking. Try. Sir, catch block exception E. Exception X. Exception. Sir, another catch block I am taking. Same exception. Sir, is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Because have you remembered, somewhere we covered two catch blocks for the same exception we should not take. So can you tell what compile time error we are going to get? Exception X has already been caught. Exception X has already been caught. Like compile time error by default we are going to get. Are you getting? Try. Next one, here observe. Sir, I am taking try. Listen very carefully. Try. And then catch block. Try, catch block. And then finally. Is it valid or not? Try, catch, finally. Valid or not? Perfectly valid. No problem at all. Okay. Now take special care. Sir, I am taking only try, that's all. Only try, that's all. I am not taking anything. Or otherwise, 1 minute. Try followed by finally, like I am taking. Is it valid or not? Why? Try followed by finally. Is it a valid syntax or not? Don't write listen first. Try, finally. Valid or invalid? Okay. Sir, here, listen. The purpose of try to maintain risky code. If an exception occurs, now where we can keep that one? Inside catch block, handling code. Finally, to perform cleanup activities, right? Sir, without catch block, what is the need of holding risky code by using try? Try finally. You are telling it's a valid syntax. Then why? Is it valid or invalid? Okay, make sure. Sir, there may be a chance of raising an exception. If an exception raised, I don't know how to handle. Again, there may be a chance of raising an exception. If an exception raised, I don't know how to handle. But if an exception raised, abnormal termination, no problem. But before abnormal termination, can you please close my database connection? Are you getting it? I want abnormal termination, no problem. But before abnormal termination, can you please close my database connection? Like how we can is nothing but try followed by finally is a valid syntax. Are you getting it? If really an exception occurs, abnormal termination. But what is the advantage of the syntax is, before abnormal termination, my database connection will be closed or my cleanup activities will be performed. That's why try finally, valid syntax only. Are you getting? Next, sir, I am taking try, catch, I am taking try, catch, followed by try, catch, like this. Sir, is it valid or not? Try, catch, and then try, catch. Valid or not? 100% pakka valid. Try catch like. Sir, I'm taking try, catch, try catch, and then try, finally. Is it valid or not? Try catch, try finally. Valid syntax or not? Yes. Try catch, try finally, valid. No problem at all. Now take special care about this one. Sir, I'm taking only try. No catch, no finally. Valid or invalid? Only try. Valid or invalid? Do you know? Invalid. Immediately compile time error we are going to get saying, can I spell out what is that error? Try without catch or try without catch or finally. Try without catch or finally is nothing but like. Next up, here I am taking two worst syntax. Only catch block. Is it valid or invalid? Only catch block. Okay? Invalid. Because catch without a try. Whenever we are writing catch block, compulsory try should be there. What compile time error? Catch without try. Catch without try. Exact compile time error. Next up, I am taking only finally block. I am taking only finally. Valid or invalid? Only finally, that's all. Valid or invalid? Invalid. So can you tell what compile time error? Finally without a try. Finally without a try, like I am taking. Only finally. Finally without a try. So try, catch, finally. Only try or catch finally is invalid syntax, right? Now I am taking try, finally, and then catch block I am taking. Try, finally, catch block. Valid or invalid? Try, finally, and then catch block. Valid or invalid? Invalid. Compile time error we are going to get. Because try finally up to that completed. Now this catch block will become alone. First, if you want, try catch finally valid. But whenever you are taking try finally, syntax completed, this catch block will become alone. So in try catch finally, order is important. First try, and then catch, and then finally. If you are taking try finally, catch will become alone. Can you tell what compile time error we will get? Catch without a try. Catch without a try. Okay, like we are getting. Next, sir, I am taking try. I am taking try block, and then some SOP statement in the middle. System.out.println hello SOP statement in the middle, and then I am taking catch block X. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or invalid? Invalid. Two errors we will get. Try separate, catch separate. There is no link. Try without catch or finally, catch without a try. Two compile time errors we will get. Compile time error 1. What is that one? Try without catch or finally. Try without catch or finally. Compile time error 2. What is that one? Catch without a try. Are you getting? So this is compile time error we will get. Next one. Sir, I am taking try. I am taking next catch block exception E. I am taking try catch block, and then here I am taking SOP of hello. SOP of hello, like I am taking, and then I am taking catch block exception Y. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? Invalid, because try catch okay, but this catch block will become alone because of this SOP. This catch block will become alone. That's why what compile time error we will get? Catch. What is that one? Catch without a try. Catch without a try. Like this we are getting right. Okay, next one. Listen. Here I am taking try block. Here I am taking try block. Okay. Now here catch I am taking catch exception E, and then SOP of hello. SOP of hello, like hello, and after that finally block I am taking, and after that finally, can you tell what will happen? Try catch, okay, SOP, and then finally compile time error. Can I spell out what is that error? Finally without a try. Finally without a try is nothing but like these are some cases, but still I want to add some more cases, right? Here see this one. Okay, now my next case, here observe these points well. Now I am taking here legend, sir, try block. Now legend try block, within that try catch, okay, try catch, and then here catch block. Is it valid or not? Sir, try within that try catch and catch, valid or not? Observe carefully. This catch block for X exception. This catch block also for X exception. Valid or invalid? Ayo, it is catch for X. This is also catch for X only. Valid or invalid? 100% pakka valid. Because for the same try, two catch blocks for the same exception you can't. But this catch block related to this try, this catch block related to this try, no problem. Next up, within the try catch you can take, valid, acceptable, right? Acceptable. Now try I am taking. Within that I am taking try I am taking. Within that I am taking try, catch block, exception E. Is it valid or invalid? Oi, valid or invalid? Valid or not? Oi, compile time error we are going to get. Sir, within the try you are taking try. For this try, where is the catch or finally? Where is the catch or finally? Don't tell outer catch. If outer catch, then what is the need of taking this one? This one, invalid. So, this try without having catch or finally, like compile time error. What is that error? Can I spell out? Try without catch or finally. Okay, like next one I am taking trying within that try finally and then catch exception. Is it valid or not? Valid or invalid? 100% pakka valid. Sir, try finally, catch is nothing but no problem at all. Now try block I am taking, try I am taking. Next catch exception, within the try finally, like I am taking, valid or not? Within the catch block, try finally, valid, no problem at all. Next I am taking try within the catch block, within the finally, catch block, within that finally, valid or invalid? Oi, valid or invalid? Invalid, because if you are taking finally, where is the corresponding try? That's why what compile time error we will get? Finally without a try. Finally without a try, like this. You are getting? Next I am taking try block, catch block, try catch, finally within that I am taking try catch, valid or not? Oi, try catch, finally within the finally try catch, allowed or not? Oh, within the finally block we can take try catch finally, no problem at all. Valid syntax. Try catch finally we can take inside the try, inside catch, inside finally. Nesting of try catch finally is always possible, no problem at all. Okay, valid. Next, try I am taking, catch I am taking, try catch. Finally I am taking. Within that finally, another finally I am taking. Is it valid or invalid? Huh? Within the finally, another finally, valid or invalid? Invalid. Can you tell what compiler method? Finally without finally without try. Finally without a try, because here is the problem. This finally not having the try. Next, try I am taking, catch exception, and then finally block, try catch finally, and then finally block. Valid or invalid? How many finally blocks? Two things I am taking, but try, one try. Multiple catch blocks, no problem. But how many finally blocks we can take? Only one. Try catch finally, up to that completed. This finally block will become alone. That's why compile time error. Finally without a try. Finally without a try is the compile time error we will get. Okay, next one, observe. Sir, I am taking try. Listen a bit carefully. I am taking try. Sir, system.out.println try SOP of try. Next, catch block, try SOP of try, catch block, exception E, try SOP of try, catch block E. Now system.out.println catch, okay, try, and then like finally I am taking. Sir, this is one thing. Next, try I am taking, catch I am taking, exception, system.out.println catch block, and then finally like this I am taking. Next, sir, have you observed for the try only one statement, curly braces I didn't take. Catch block only one statement, curly braces I didn't take. Similarly, try, catch, finally for the finally also system.out.println finally is nothing but like. So curly braces I am not taking. Valid or invalid? Oh, valid or invalid? Try catch finally. Okay, make sure 100% pakka, because red color is there. That's why these are valid or invalid? 100% pakka, these are invalid, because for try catch finally blocks curly braces are mandatory. Okay, try catch finally, even though you are taking only one statement, curly braces compulsory we should take. Is nothing but like curly braces are mandatory for try catch finally blocks. Clear for all of it? Okay, this is just let me give numbering now. 1 minute. Let me give. So 1. Don't take legend, because I have to add some theory things. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, next 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Wow, excellent. Okay, so all these, with this knowledge you can able to understand any new combination also. you can able to tell whether it is valid or not. Okay, this so add, conclude, first add the theory first. Sir, listen, in try catch finally, order is important or not? First try, next catch, next finally. Add first point. In try catch finally, try catch finally, in try catch finally, order is important. In try catch finally, order is important. Try catch finally, order is important. Try catch finally, order is important. Okay, second point. Second, sir, whenever we are writing try, compulsory either catch or finally must be required or not? Yes, try without catch or finally is invalid. Okay, add. Whenever we are writing try, whenever we are writing try, compulsory we should write, either catch or finally, compulsory we should write either catch or finally, otherwise we will get compile time error. Otherwise we will get compile time error. That is try without catch or finally, that is a try without catch or finally is invalid. That is a try without catch or finally is invalid. Try without catch or finally is invalid. Okay, next point. Next, third one. Okay, next, whenever we are writing catch block, compulsory, try block must be required. Whenever we are writing catch block, compulsory try block must be required. Try block must be required. That is catch without a try. Catch without a try is invalid. Catch without a try is invalid. Next up, fourth one. Whenever we are writing finally block, compulsory we should write try block. Compulsory we should write try block. That is finally without a try. Finally without a try is invalid. Finally without a try is invalid. Next point. Inside a try catch finally blocks. Inside a try catch and finally blocks. We can declare try catch and finally blocks. That is nesting. Nesting means one inside another. Nesting of try catch finally. Try catch finally is allowed. Next thing of try, catch finally is allowed. Next one. Next up. Sir, do you know for try catch finally curly braces are mandatory or not? Yes. Okay, add. For try catch and finally blocks. For try catch and finally blocks. Try catch and finally blocks. Curly braces are mandatory. For try catch and finally blocks, curly braces are mandatory. Curly braces are mandatory. Okay, that's all. I hope you people can hear very clearly. Sir, you want to take these things? Required or not required? Ayo, do you want to take? Yes, take all. So even numbering also there. Take clearly all these things. Not that much easy. Take all.